Okay, so we'll kind of get started. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for being in attendance today. Obviously, we all know what we're here for. An amazing opportunity for an amazing young man to be able to take his talents from here at Highland Park High School on to the next level. And who am I speaking about? Mr. Isaiah Kelley. Let's give him a round of applause. We're here today as Isaiah signs his national letter of intent to continue playing basketball and being a student athlete at the next level at St. Mary's University right up the road in Leavenworth. So we'll definitely be close and we'll be able to follow him and see what's going on. Just amazing. You know, we've been here more than a few times over the recent years. It never gets old. It never gets old. You actually get even more excited as it keeps going on. But we're going to open the floor up a little bit and allow some family to speak, and then we'll pass it over to Isaiah. We will first start with Mr. Daniel Dank Martin.
I'll go to the mic. I ain't never had a microphone that I didn't like. Mic check, mic check. So first of all, I want to thank God for, bringing all you guys in to come watch Isaiah sign his national letter of intent. I want to thank Coach Mike. Coach Mike, he put Isaiah through the process. His whole starting five got signed to colleges, and many more are going other places. And I appreciate you, Mike, for all the time and the effort and that you put in with Isaiah. Coach Nate, I forgot the coach. What's your name?
Coach Platt.
Yeah, Coach Platt, and Coach, the one that works at the juveniles, Tyson, Coach Tyson. So I appreciate all you guys pouring into Isaiah, making the man, helping him become the man that he is today. Also, Isaiah, he made it easy because Isaiah came to us like this. Isaiah's dad did a really good job at instilling morals, values, and love inside of him. And so, I can't leave his dad out because I got a good kid. It ain't like that I had to do much. And, my very supportive wife, I'd like to thank her too for, us collaborating together and to help Isaiah reach his potential. And also, he had a good village. And, if you look out here and you see everybody out here, Isaiah, this is your village. Tony Barksdale, Corey Fox, all these guys had a way of pouring inside of you to help you reach to where you wanted to get to go. And so my thing with you is, Isaiah, just remember that everybody in this room you can call on for love or support or anything. So don't forget, this is your village in here. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Mr. Martin. As you think about the village and looking out and seeing everybody there and thinking about Isaiah, that's our duty. We have somebody in our community that we can give something to, whatever it is. Obviously, it's basketball here, but it was also life. It was also relationships. It's also connection. And I think that's our job. So just like to piggyback on what, Mr. Martin said, as I look at Isaiah, I remember, I want to say 8th grade. I remember when I first met Isaiah. I remember and I may be wrong, but to my knowledge, I remember when you first moved to Topeka at that time. I know he probably didn't know too many people. He was trying to find basketball connections. And I remember him walking through the doors in the gym, over in the South Gym, and, not knowing that we would get to this point. You never know. You just hope that you are able to get to a point where something like this is happening. And then we move on, and we ends up coming here at Highland Park. He spends 4 years here, and Isaiah's journey story is so special. I think that's what had always caused me to gravitate to him. Always caused me to reach out to him, talk to him. Obviously, we have a really, really close-knit and tight group here at Highland Park on the basketball team and within the Highland Park community. And just to see the relationship that he has with the guys, him and my son are best friends. And you're a friend, Isaiah, I'll tell you, man. You're a friend that I trust, on top of all the other guys. But, whenever Mikey was with you or said he was, go ahead, man. I always trusted you and I believed in you. He was an amazing student. So as he's signing his national letter of intent today, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I watched this young man grow and develop on the floor, off the floor, in life, as an entrepreneur. I always thought that was special. For you to be able to maintain athletics, maintain academics, and then have a desire to do something outside of that you owned and you made it your own. I always thought that was special. And I think those are skills and traits that we as men need. So when you see it in a young person, I think that's even better. I had the bless you. I had the pleasure of coaching him for 4 years. And as Dank said, we've had the luxury of signing guys. We turned some guys over and some spots opened up within our starting five coming into this season. And from day one, when we took the floor last summer, Isaiah was in that spot and stayed in that spot and did well in that spot. And so, that's something as I go back and I think about all the memories that we had, because we've had so many. The memories that I share with you and seeing you grow and develop as a young man, that's what stands out. And that's what means something to me. And so, first of all, I want to tell Mr. Martin, I want to tell Taisha, thank you. Thank you for trusting me as his coach. Thank you for trusting our coaching staff. Thank you for trusting Highland Park and bringing him over here. I appreciate that. It's athletes like Isaiah and our other guys that make our programs. That's what make us successful. It's not coaches, it's not what we do, it's the young people. And the young people coming together is what make us successful. So, Isaiah, I'm super proud of you. I'm a phone call away, inbox away. I know you and Mikey and the guys are gonna stay connected, so I know you ain't going far. I look forward to coming down the highway, getting Leavenworth to see you in that yellow and blue uniform and continuing to do, what you've always done. Before we get to Isaiah signing the letter, we're going to throw the microphone to Isaiah real quick, allow him to come up here real quick and say a couple of things.
First, I want to thank God. God, I just want to be here. I want to be here. I also want to thank the people that took me in. When my dad passed away, it was hard. Seeing someone that I looked up to as a hero. The way he, passed was not the way I wanted to, not the way anyone in the community wanted to, but my Uncle Dank and my Aunt Taisha, they took care of me. They brought me in their house when I thought I had no one. And really appreciate them. I love you guys a lot, and it wouldn't be possible without y'all. And I know my dad would be proud of me. And it's not here. I really know that he thanks y'all from his heart. And I know that my coaches, Coach Nate, Coach Tony, Coach Platt, Coach Ty, every coach, if I didn't name all the coaches in my life, Coach Jerry, I appreciate you guys for just putting the time in. 2 years ago, I didn't think I'd be here. I wasn't really in the best spot 2 years ago. I wasn't really locked in mentally or physically with basketball. I lost self-doubt, but I overcame, God willingly. I trusted God, trusted the process. And I'm here today to thank everyone in here in attendance. And I appreciate every person in here, because every person in here has a role that helped me shape my future. So I appreciate everyone in here. I think Ms. Watson, Ms. Davis, Ms. Clark that's not here today. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all are wonderful women I need in my life. Mr. Ardina, Mr. Schrader, neighbor. My neighbor, so he's not too far away. Mr. Gusto, Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee got on my head a lot. Shout out Zappa Candy. She didn't let me sell it sometimes, but I still love you. I still love all y'all, and I appreciate it. And this wouldn't be possible without everyone in attendance. So the day is about me, but it's about y'all too. It's about contributing. The things y'all put into me, the pieces and puzzles y'all put together. So I just thank God, everyone around me. I appreciate all y'all for coming. So
You know, it's amazing. You know, talking about Isaiah, I think it's also for us to realize like that's our duty as coaches, mentors, adults, teachers, to work towards creating stories like what we're here experiencing today. And we will pass it to Ms. Taisha Martin.
All right, good afternoon. First, giving honor. Okay, I feel like I'm in church, but I'm not a person of many words, but I definitely want to give all the praise and glory to God. And I just want to thank Collin Park, the Topeka community for rallying around Isaiah. You know, it's definitely been a rough, challenging, past couple of years for our family. But I am so incredibly proud of you, Isaiah. I'm just so proud of your resilience, your perseverance, your strength. I was just telling Isaiah this today. I'm just so proud of you. And I just can't wait to see what the future holds for you. You're an amazing person. And we're all so very blessed to have you in our lives. So, thank you.
Those moments, man, resiliency, strength, determination, perseverance, just a few words, to describe who you are. Just amazing, man. So the moment we've all been waiting for, the moment that we came here for, Isaiah, you can pick up that pen and put your name on that St. Mary's National Letter of Intent. And with that being said, just know, Isaiah, once a Scot, always a Scot. We know the saying, once a Scot, always a Scot. You got family in here. You're not going far, so we know we're going to follow. We look forward to amazing things coming on the court. But knowing a young man like you, we don't just look for amazing things on the court. We know that you're going to do amazing things off of the floor as well, too. And just remember, it's always great to be a Scot, buddy. Thank you, everybody who came out, family, friends, staff. And thank you, Isaiah, for choosing Highland Park and making it happen, brother.
Yeah.